and welcome to High Now Weekender. Rachel is getting some much needed R&R, some rest and relaxation, but she'll be back next week. So we got the next best thing. This is Elizabeth and Auntie Millie from Adela's Country Eatery. We brought them in for this weekend show because they are top 5 in the country on Yelp's top 100 restaurants. So first of all, congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you so much.
So when we're thinking about Yelp, Yelp has basically become this place, this marketplace for food reviews, and out of the tens of thousands, you guys got top 5, Elizabeth. How's that feel?
It's absolutely amazing. We're so blessed, and we're also very, very thankful to our customer base, first of all, for the nomination, and also to Yelp for the selection process that they went through to pick us.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier. You were saying you were aware that you guys had made the list for top 100 on Yelp, but you didn't know exactly where, right?
That's correct. So we knew we were on the list, and we're like, as long as we make it somewhere on the list, we're okay, right? Doesn't matter exactly where. And then the morning that the list was announced, we looked online and we're like, oh my gosh, we're number 5. Can you believe that?
That's incredible. So, Auntie, I gotta tell you, because I've been to Adela's many times, and you're always working. You're one of the best parts about Adela's, aside from the great food.
Thank you.
So, if you can, these are some of the most popular things on the menu. Can you walk us through the spread? What do we have over here?
Okay, we have most of the noodles. Let me introduce a little bit. That's the taro and ulu, avocado, and this one is ube, Okinawan sweet potato. I like that. And then this one is our moringa. It's our top seller.
And what is beautiful about Adela's, when you look across the food and everything here, is there's so much of Hawaii culture represented in these dishes. The pasta is what you folks are really known for. Tell us about the process.
So our pastas are made from fresh local produce. So for the moringa, it is actually fresh moringa leaves that we hand shred them and then dry them, and then we powder them by hand. So you actually have little flecks of moringa leaves in the pasta. And same for the other pastas. We have the ube, which you have your chopsticks hovering over right now.
Yes, I do. Okay, so this is ube, and I don't even know where else you're gonna go and get ube noodle pasta. I can't think of any place else other than Adela.
For this one, we're using fresh Okinawan sweet potatoes that go into that particular pasta. I think we're the only ones who use the fresh potatoes. We steam it and mash it up by hand and then mix it into the pasta.
Delicious.
How is it? Come on.
It's incredible. And the process too, when people get there, they can kind of custom order their pastas, right? You can pick the noodle. So what is the way, Auntie, when people get there?
Pick the noodle anyone you want and tell me how you want it to cook. I have different kind of sauce.
What are the options for the sauce? There's garlic, right?
Garlic butter, and that's Florentine. And this one is a garlic butter again, but they taste different because it's on different noodles. And this one is we call that moringa sauce because that's what most customers choose for the moringa pasta. So actually it's patis soy, oysters, garlic, chili flakes, onion, coconut teppanyaki grill until it creates a Mayu reaction. That Mayu reaction gives you the umami. I like that.
I like that too. And in addition to all of the Ono food that Adela's has, Elizabeth, really, you folks really support this idea of sustainability because we're using local ingredients in all the dishes.
Right. So the reason for including the local ingredients in our pastas is so we can make a more relatable form of the local produce. So when you see breadfruit or moringa, sometimes you look at it and go, well, I don't think I can use that much moringa. But everybody eats pasta. We all grow up on that. It's a staple like rice is for our diet. So that's our interpretation of sustainability, to bring that to a greater amount of people and to involve more local produce in the food that we make.
Okay, I love it. And Auntie, can you go ahead and top this sauce? This sauce goes with that pasta, yeah?
This is the coconut cream sauce.
Okay.
And actually we have luau leaf. We dehydrated luau leaf. We don't want to waste it, as it gives it an umami flavor too.
It goes right on top?
Okay, it goes right on top.
Oh, look at this.
You ready for that?
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, who's hungry?
Me.
And then there's shrimp on there. Oh my goodness.
And we have mushroom, and the little black dots are the dehydrated luau leaf.
This is like, oh, Auntie, and the portions too at Adela's. There's no way you're leaving that place hungry. Like, absolutely no way. Every time I eat at Adela's, I just go straight to sleep, actually.
If you're still hungry afterwards, come talk to us. We'll make sure to take care of you.
Tell us about the desserts. Everyone with a sweet tooth, Adela's has got great desserts too. Walk us through the spread. What we have?
So we make our own desserts. Everything here is made in-house. I have here a ube cheesecake,
oh my gosh,
chocolate Oreo, This one is one of our favorites. It is a Okinawan sweet potato halpia pie. So you have a shortbread cookie crust on the bottom, the ube in the middle, Okinawan sweet potato in the middle, and halpia on the top.
And what I love about this is like the best of both worlds dessert, okay? Halpia and the sweet potato, two of my favorite things.
Right?
Shortbread cookie crust.
And a cookie crust on
And the
bottom.
cookie crust. Okay, and the last one
Last one is the lilikoi cheesecake.
Fantastic. So if people want to come down, support Adela's, how do people find you guys? What's the best way? Other than leaving a Yelp review.
Yeah, definitely.
But people can call and do takeout orders.
Just
What's the number?
call.
How do people
Yeah.
find you folks?
Call us for sure.
Call us.
What's the number, Auntie?
236-2366. 808, of course.
Okay, awesome. Anything you want to say to the local community for the support and winning top 5?
Thank you so much to our community for the support. It's been really special to be part of the community, especially in Kaneohe.
I'm telling you, I'm a Kaneohe hometown grown boy, so there's nothing like Kaneohe.
best.
And we love Adela's Auntie Millie, Elizabeth, thank you. Uncle Richard couldn't be here. And for more information, we'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com. Today on High Now, we're at Revolution. They're celebrating 13 years of doing business here in Hawaii, and they're Hawaii's #1 solar installation company, but that's who they are now. This local company started with humble beginnings. Back in 2008, it was Kainoa Carlson and his 3 friends who came together wanting to revolutionize the solar industry. How did Revolution start?
4 of us in a 300 square foot office in Chinatown. But we had all worked in solar together previously, and we thought with our collective backgrounds that we could offer something that wasn't being offered, a more professional approach to solar.
4 employees in 2008. How many has Revolution got now?
So we've grown from the early days of the four of us doing everything from being on the roof and the measurements. I mean, you name it, we did it, right? And now we have over 200 men and women that proudly wear the Revolution logo. And it's an amazing ohana culture. What we offer our employees, the way we do things, attracts the right people to us.
Now, Eric, so much has evolved in terms of the solar industry. That means Revolution has kind of evolved with the times as well. It started with solar, but now you guys are just doing a number of different things. Tell us about that.
Gosh, 7 years ago, we decided to ensure we have a good foundation, that we can serve our clients, that we're going to be here for the long term. We need to diversify, and we did so. HVAC, solar hot water, roofing, a wide variety of solar smart home products. It just helps us navigate those ups and downs. And over the years, each one of those divisions has just continued to grow. We're now the largest residential air conditioning contractor in the state.
What does the future for Revolution Smart Home look like?
We have offices in Idaho and in Massachusetts, of all places. So maybe a continued footprint on the mainland, virtual power plants and the home battery rewards program. We are innovator there. We're pushing that. We're educating the market. We're educating our vendors.
Being in the community for so long, you guys have taken the steps to give back to the community as well, right?
Yeah, we're a locally owned and operated company. Altogether, we're approaching just over $1 million in donation, volunteer hours, services, goods, supplies for all of these different nonprofits. When we set up shop, we're going to elevate the game and continue to set the standard in Hawaii for solar. And we have. We've done that for our commitment to quality, commitment to quality products and quality people and service. And so while we knew that if we did the right thing, adhered to the values that we learned growing up here in Hawaii, treating people right, fairly, those core principles, we knew that we would be successful. It's a testament to the people that we have working for us. We wouldn't be here without all the homeowners and businesses that we've had the honor of earning their business. Big mahalo to everyone that has supported Revolution over the years, and we look forward to another 13.
Hello and welcome back to High Now Weekender. February celebrates Black History Month, and here in the High Now studio, we have 2 very special guests joining us. We have Dr. Bob Steele and Catherine Love from the Honolulu Museum of Art. And Doc, we want to start with you. This is it's a unique collection that you're donating that was acquired by the Honolulu Museum of Art. Tell us a little bit about the prints and how art can really help educate and celebrate Black history here in the island.
Yeah. Well, let's start. For almost 50 years, my wife and I have been dedicated to collecting art by African Americans. Why that? And I think this relates, to Black History Month. If one wants to think about what is American art, one cannot definitively make that assertion unless one includes the contribution that African American artists have made over the years. So in the collection that we have been able to put together over the years, some of the leading components, some of the leading persons who in many ways have happened to be African American, but their contributions to the world, to the field of not only American art, but world art is just sort of stellar. So in our collection, in the collection, in part of our collection, which we have in the process of giving it to the museum, we have artists such as Romare Bearden, Jacob Lawrence, in terms of an example that we're going to talk about recently, Faith Ringo.
Yeah, there's many. And we're talking about, it's 55 prints total,
yes,
correct?
That's right.
Featuring many different African American artists. And Catherine, with that being said, I want to transition over to you. Why is a collection like this from Dr. Bob Steele so important, especially to the Honolulu Museum of Art?
Yes, well, we're very excited and honored to have been working with Bob and his wife Jean on this collection, a recent acquisition of 55 prints by 26 African American artists. And the acquisition really diversifies and broadens the collection that we have at the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art, especially in printmaking, and also really expands our ability to display and share this work by these important, significant artists to our local community here in Honolulu.
Now, Dr. Steele, these two artists, these exact prints, I don't think they're not going to be, but the artists who created these are featured in the collection, correct? Can you talk a little bit about these pieces?
Yes. Let's do the piece here by Burnett Honeywood. The reason why my wife and I chose this piece, if you look at that image reminds me of an artist by the name of Robert Blackburn. And Robert Blackburn is considered the grandfather, the leading master printmaker. This image, so Burnett Honolulu did this piece in homage of his sort of contribution. Famous artists like Robert Rauschenbusch this person was the master printer from that. So if you think about the whole movement of printmaking in general and how it was introduced from Europe to the American scene, this person, Robert Blackburn, was instrumental
at the forefront
of
making it happen.
And because of his contribution, he was given the MacArthur Genius Prize, and so he's a recognized person in the field.
Gotcha. Now, Catherine, really quick before I let you folks go, if people want to come down and get more information on the collection in terms of when it's going to be available for the viewing public, how do people do that and how can they get more info?
Yes, so we are planning on displaying this acquisition, this collection, later this year, later in the fall. So you can check out honolulumuseum.org for more information on that. So we're very excited and looking forward to this work.
Okay. Well, Dr. Steele, mahalo. Catherine, mahalo for coming in. Head down to the Honolulu Museum of Art. Get educated. Again, February, we're celebrating Black history, and you can learn a lot if you head to the museum. We'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com and the HiNow Daily app. Bayer Hawaii Science Education Fund and Life Sciences Scholarship has awarded nearly $320,000 to public schools in support of their science curriculum and projects.
I actually have the most wonderful job in the world, I think, for Bayer in Hawaii. I get to work with our amazing employees across the islands to help to tell their story and what they do for our operations, specifically around sustainability and what we do in the community. Bay Air Hawaii's Science Education Fund grant is super important as it's an opportunity for the company to support STEM education in the islands. But it's also an opportunity for us as a company to bring our vision to reality, our Health for All, Hunger for None vision, so that we can support STEM education in Hawaii. What's truly amazing about the Science Education Fund is that we have given nearly $320,000 to public schools across the state to date. These opportunities are so amazing for children across the state, especially as a mom. Here, Declan, I really hope that these opportunities continue to exist for his future, as I would really love for him to be in STEM or science-based career in the future as well.
I'm gonna work like this? No. Because my paper is not. I am Jennifer Kainoa, Mrs. Kainoa, a long-time proud teacher of Molokai Middle School. I love my school, love my kids, love my island. I am a proud public school child of public school teachers, long legacy public school. I chose to be a science teacher because I had a great science teacher. He influenced me and I want to pass it on. The Science Education Fund grant from Bayer has really helped me in my classroom. When the opportunity came, I acted on it last year, both in the spring and the fall, and I was awarded $2,000 for different projects. I got both of them full amount. I was able to afford an awesome big capacity printer and all the ink I needed. That is something my school could never have afforded to do for an individual teacher, but it has really paid off in spades. I'm so thankful to have it, and it's made a huge difference. So thank you, Bayer, for the funds to make that happen. It was a really good project.
Public schools that are on islands of Oahu, Maui, and Molokai, if you're interested in applying, please do highly recommend you visit our website at hawaii.bayer.us. Just click on that education page, download the application, and hit apply. It's super easy to do. It's typically available twice a year, March and September. The deadline for this first application is due March 1st, so please get your application in on time.
The dozens of players of Polynesian descent playing in the NFL, the hundreds in major college football, and then the thousands playing in high school. It's something to behold. In last week's game, they had 5 of the top 9 football players in the country. And that says a whole lot as to how far we've come. I'm very proud of the role that I played along with the guys that I came out, draft class of 1979.
Jack Thompson was the 3rd overall pick in the 1979 NFL draft.
And one of the great honors for me was this past weekend, they named me on the board of directors. And so I'll be involved with it moving forward. And I'm filled with pride in knowing that the company that I work for, Cross Country Mortgage, or CCM, we're based out of Cleveland, and it's owned by one guy, Ron Lionheart. About 4.5 years ago, I went to our chief production officer, Craig Montgomery. I said, do you think Ron would ever consider sponsoring the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame / Polynesian Bowl? And he went to Ron and came back to me a couple months later and said, Ron wants to do it. And I was just blown away. I said, why? And if I remember correctly, what Craig said was he loves the Polynesian culture and what it stands for, faith, family, and just, we're warriors. I love that the country gets to see it, and that's why Cross Country Mortgage put their name behind it and sponsoring it to help promote that.
Today on High Now, we were right across the street from St. Louis School, and you know what that means. We're at St. Louis Drive-In. This place has got roots that stretch back all the way to the 60s, but really at the core of what makes St. Louis Drive-In so special is family. Wayne Akimoto took over St. Louis Drive-In back in the 80s from the Nakata family. A couple of late cold ones led to a conversation that would change his life.
Used to go drinking, you know, and I met Mr. Nakata. He's telling me, oh, we like retire, but hard to sell, you know. So I said, oh, really? I said, oh, I think I can go buy it. And he said, I think you, good boy, you take this business. I said, oh, okay.
And since then, business has grown, and it's been good, real good. From Kama'aina to visitors, heck, to even former Mayor Mufi Hanneman, everyone's got a go-to plate. What do you get when you come to St. Louis Drive-In?
I always gotta get the seafood bento here. Either the seafood bento or the mahi. It's a mom and pop shop. It's very homey, local. Can't get better than that.
I'm here for a barbecue burger today. I feel like people don't usually do it as standard as they used to, so that's what we're here for.
When did you come to St. Louis Drive-In?
I think almost since high school in the 70s. And I've always enjoyed it. It's great food, especially the seafood. It's a Japanese plate, shrimp tempura, sashimi, teriyaki, chicken, some salad in there, and it's always been a favorite of mine. People come from all over to St. Louis Drive-In, and the staff is very friendly.
That's because the staff hasn't changed much. Just like Auntie Irene Ueno, who has ran the register for 50 years.
From June 10th, 1968.
So Irene, you're probably at that point where like you've served kids who are now parents, and now you're serving kids' kids. Is that how it is now?
Well, the St. Louis boys, a lot of them grandson going. Yeah, a lot of them I still remember. I remember their faces, especially those who are little rascals.
As Wayne gets ready to pass the business on to his daughter Chelsea, she's instilling the same idea of discipline while serving Ono food.
Always count on your family. They're always there no matter what to help you out, to help you with whatever it may be.
You can always count on family, and you can always count on being satisfied when you come down to St. Louis Drive-In. Mahalo for the time, Chelsea, and don't forget we'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com.
Thank you.
Hey, if you're a cat owner or you're thinking of becoming one, then listen up. We went out to VCA in Waipahu to get some helpful tips on our feline friends.
One of the biggest misconceptions about cats is that they're small dogs, but cats are unique. Their behaviors and their care is very different. Some cats are very open with their affection, while others are quite a bit more subtle. But I think the common fact is that cats don't like to show their pain or when they're sick. As cat parents, you're the person who knows your cat the best. You're going to be the one to notice these changes first. And so this is very key to helping us to provide your cat with the best care. Vaccines are recommended for cats annually for adult cats. Kittens do require a series of vaccines to help them to develop their adequate immune response against the infectious diseases. And annual vaccines help to upkeep their immune response. Annual exams are very important. We do recommend it once a year for adult cats, twice a year when they become seniors. Gives us, one, a chance to actually touch base with you guys to let us know how your cats are doing. In our exams, we are looking nose to tail to make sure there isn't anything we're finding that can be concerning. Based on our findings, we do provide recommendations on ways that you can better improve your kitty's health. So heartworm disease is a disease transmitted by mosquitoes, and it's important here in Hawaii because we have mosquitoes all year round. The mosquitoes will actually inject these baby mosquitoes called microfilaria into their bloodstream, and they grow up to be adult worms that will live in their heart and kind of go into the lungs in cats. And so it's very important that we prevent it. In cats, there actually is no treatment for it. So preventing it is the only thing we can really do to help keep them safe. Taking your cat anywhere can be a struggle. I do know this as a pet parent. I think there are a few things that you can try to help to improve that experience for both you and your cat. One thing that you can do is actually to leave your cat carrier out all the time in a place that they like to be, next to their cat tree or in the living room. That kind of helps them to realize that it's not scary. If you put toys or treats in it, that can actually help them to also feel more comfortable with it. And hopefully when you actually take it out to go to the vet, it's not a fight to get them in the carrier. You can actually also use diffusers or sprays that have like pleasing pheromones in them that might help to calm them down a bit. If you find that these things aren't enough, definitely reach out and talk to us. There are other things that we can talk about trying, such as calming medications. I think once you have a cat, you understand why it's wonderful to have a cat. They're very sweet, very affectionate in ways that might not be very obvious, but I think watching your cat and spending time with your cat helps you to pick up on things that are normal for them or abnormal for them, and you telling us helps us, and doing our exam once a year is just going to help them to live long lives.
Windward Nissan is welcoming the new year with an exciting selection of 2023 models at affordable values. Now let's head inside for the new details.
At King Windward Nissan, on the Windward side, we're the smallest dealership on the island, and we specialize in customer satisfaction. We have one of the highest customer satisfaction index in sales, and our service department is #1 in Hawaii. It's a team effort here. We take care of the customer, and everyone greets every customer that comes through. Oh yeah, new year, lots of new things here. 2023, Nissan's bringing a lot of new inventory. We got new products. The new all-electric Aria is here. We have the Leaf in stock. They made new changes on the Pathfinder, the Rogue, the Altima. It's a great opportunity for us. In the last few years, the chip shortage and the inventory shortage, there haven't been many choices for the car dealer. We're overstocked. We have lots in, and we're dealing. And what I'm most excited about is our 2023 Rogue. We've got them in stock, and I'm going to take out and show you one right now. So come on, Melvin's going to take you for a quick test drive.
Hey, Rachel. Hi.
That's it.
Welcome to the new 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Let's do this.
Let's go. So a lot of people don't know the Rogue, the engine is a 1.5 liter, 3-cylinder turbo engine. Woo-hoo. Super good. And if you do a lot of freeway, non-stop driving, you'll get 37 miles per gallon.
Wow, I mean, I've got a Rogue and I love it, but 2023 is a little more upgraded than what I've got.
Yeah, you get a car that handles really well. It's a safe vehicle, 4-star, 5-star rated vehicle, and very roomy. It sits 5 people. Even for me, I'm a little taller and a little plus size, but
you and Brada,
I fit really well, and I love it. Very spacious.
Awesome. Oh, you know what? My favorite part about the Rogue is the camera.
Oh, yes.
It's like an all-view camera.
So yes, it's a 360-degree around view monitor, and it almost looks like it's coming from a satellite view. So it sees all the way around the car. It'll get you right around real easy. And then it also has the panoramic moonroof. Yeah, Ooh. So very good for viewing. And then just like the old school sunroofs, the front part of it will open up so you can get fresh air from the outside.
Well, right now we have the loan termination event. If you trade in your car now, we'll pay off the balance no matter how much you owe. So if the car you're driving now isn't the car you love, let me fix that for you. So come on down and see me in Kaneohe or visit us on kingwindwardnissan.com.
Hey, how's it, Aloha gang? Today on High Now, we're at Pearl Kai Shopping Center, and we're here to check out Toe Beans and Dreams Adoption Cafe, where they're supporting not just the animals, but also the people in our local community.
Toe Beans and Dreams opened in September 2022, and we opened to fulfill 2 things for the community. First of all, a place to adopt homeless animals that have been rescued by our nonprofit called Cat Charities. And the second reason that we opened is to give young adults with developmental disabilities an opportunity to have a job. So we hire people with Down syndrome and autism and extreme anxiety, and we give them an opportunity to have a job and an opportunity to integrate into society and have a workplace to come feel part of. So you can come in and you can play with our kitties. An hour costs $15. We give you treats to feed the kitties. We have wand toys, 2 beautiful rooms to come in and spend time with. And if you choose to adopt an animal, you can do that by filling out an application. We also adopt out puppies. We have chinchillas, we have bunnies, and we have kitties. So a green collar means that this kitty is adoptable. It means that this kitty has had all of its shots. It's been spayed or neutered. It's microchipped. It's been treated for fleas, parasites. It It has had all the medical care needed. Well, as a pediatric neuropsychologist, I would see kids being diagnosed with developmental disabilities, and I'd see them growing up. And I saw that they weren't getting jobs as they got older. This opportunity gives them a place where they can come, be accepted, and have opportunities. It's a place where you can come and feel safe and welcome. Your children are welcome. It's a community safe place. We have 2 rooms to come enjoy the kitties. Both of our rooms are connected by a stairway that is just for the kitties. And our rooms are designed for cats, so they feel very safe in here.
Now, in addition to all of the fun that people can have down here with the kitties, just steps outside, you guys have a very serious cafe with some good food.
Our menu at Tobeans and Dreams, we do amazing breakfast items. We have a full coffee bar, so you can get all of your fraps and your lattes and your iced cold brew and specialty teas. We also do bagel sandwiches, which are amazing with fresh sprouts and veggies and different types of meats and cheese. So good, right?
Delicious.
Right. And we have a full bakery where we have all of these handmade items that are made from scratch. This is a roasted pineapple cupcake. And we have Dole Whip ice cream, chocolate ice cream. We also do incredible birthday parties where the kids have a whole kitty theme, games. We play kitty bingo for the kids, and then they get to go in and play with the animals as well.
Karen, if people want to get more information, or they just want to come down here and check you guys out, what is the best way to get more information?
So Tobeans HI, tobeanshigh.com is our website.
Aloha and welcome back to Haina Weekender Mahina o Lelo Hawaii. It is Hawaiian Language Month over here. We're celebrating all month long on Haina, and an organization that is now celebrating 40 years of educating keiki and adults in our community about Olelo Hawaii is Aha Punana Leo. And here to tell us all about it is Kamaka and Kahoku, 2 kumu who are a part of the Aha Punana Leo Ohana. Kahoku, we're going to start with you. For people who aren't familiar, tell us a little bit about Aha Punana Leo, services you folks provide.
Yeah, aloha, kainoa, mahalo for having us. We are Aha Punana Leo, a Hawaiian medium education organization and institution, and we focus on revitalizing Hawaiian language through all of our keiki and our ohana. So it takes a lot of, kako'o, but over the past 40 years, we're celebrating ka'auhua, ka'auola, how far we've come in terms of progress and how much more we can look forward to.
Now, Kamaka, you're someone who comes with a unique perspective. You attended Aha Punana Leo as a keiki and a haumana as a student, and now you're kumu. So what has that been like for you?
So for myself, I went to Kikura Punio Ano Inue K through 12 immersion. So throughout my whole education, I got to learn in Olelo Hawaii. So that transition into working for Aha Punana Leo wasn't quite difficult, but when we're looking for kumu, kanaka, Olelo Hawaii, Hawaiian language speakers who love to work with keiki, Aha Punana Leo is definitely a great place to start looking. But we do have some people who have the desire, that iini, to want to strengthen their olelo and to work with keiki. And we definitely have professional development and lots of support for them too. So, komo mai ka ohana, ho'olai ka olelo Hawaii.
Okay, now Kohuku, how do people get information about that? You folks are actively looking right now for people to be part of the Aha Punana Leo Ohana.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have all of our social media accounts on Instagram, Facebook, but I would say the best way to see what job positions are available and how everyone can komo ikahana and really join our ohana is to visit ahapunanaleo.org and search careers. And really, it may sound pa'akiki or difficult, but as long as you have that willingness and that aloha to revive the Hawaiian language, then you're who we want to join our ohana.
Now, we were talking a little bit earlier, and Kamaka, we'll start with you on this one. You think about 40 years that Punana Leo has been doing that. What does that mean to you folks?
It's a huge, huge blessing. When I think 40 years, I'm obviously thinking of our kahua, our foundation. And it's just a huge mahalo to that group of educators, like Anakala Larry Kimura or Anake Kawanoi Kamana, Anakala Pilawose. it's just a huge mahalo for them creating this foundation for us to be able to continue and to ho'ola ka'olelo with these keiki. So huge mahalo.
And Kohuku, maybe one of the misconceptions that people might start out with is maybe if they don't olelo Hawaii, sometimes they might think maybe they're intimidated or they're not sure, but really there's a lot of training that goes in, not just to the keiki, but even parents if they want to learn too.
Definitely, and like I mentioned earlier, if you don't know any, or if you know a little or you know a lot, we have the kako and the support for you. So we have huiki, pai pai, niola hiki, all of our parent classes and resources. And overall, we have a bunch of ohana that come into kako o kekahi kekahi. So whether Kamaka knows a lot and I know a little, we're all on the same va'a to carry our language forward.
One more time, Kohuku, how can people get more information if they want to get more info on employment opportunities at Punana?
Yes, for those that are interested, please visit ahapunanaleo.org and e komo mai no i ola ka'olelo Hawaii.
Okay, mahalo nui to the both of you for coming in, into all the work you folks have put in. 40 years for Punana Leo. We'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com. Hawaii News Now is launching a campaign. It's called My Life, Just Listen. The goal of this campaign is to address the mental health crisis currently impacting our youth. I had the chance to sit down with one of our ambassadors, Roman D. Peralta, who shared a little bit about his personal journey.
I mean, our kids go through so much already as it is. At school, during these times with social media, I mean, bullying is the hardest, the biggest thing that's affecting our keiki. Not feeling good about themselves, depression, mental health, it's so important to take care of it. And so I wrote a song called I Think You're Beautiful to try to help kids to feel good about themselves, that when they don't feel beautiful, it's important for the kids to know that they're loved and people care about them and to never give up on life. Yeah.
What is the message that you hope people take away from I Think You're Beautiful?
You think you're crazy, but I think you're amazing. You think you're nothing, but I know you need one thing.
That song was something that I wrote to my younger self who got picked on as an elementary school kid. And so I thought about what would I want to tell me if I could back then. And I thought, these are the words. The world, it can chew you up, make you feel, down about yourself, but you think you're crazy at times, but I think you're amazing. You think you're nothing, but I know you need one thing, someone to tell you that you're beautiful. And so I was kind of writing a love song for self-love in my old me. And I thought maybe I could use that power to try to help keiki today that are feeling that way. And so I hope anyone who's listening to this song, who's maybe seen the music video that we put together that's all about anti-bullying, because people who bully don't feel beautiful about themselves. If they did, they wouldn't have to put people down. So that's kind of the whole message for me, is just to stand behind mental health awareness, acceptance, to help keiki to feel good about themselves, the bullies and the victims.
Roman, what kind of advice do you have for teens, any kind of keiki who come across this, who are struggling with mental health?
Anybody out there watching right now that's feeling that, please know you're not alone, and that I've personally felt those feelings and had those thoughts, and I was so happy that I sought help for myself, whether that was going to counseling, whether I was letting my parents know how I was feeling, whether it was letting my friends know, because strength in numbers. When we come together and we know what's going on with each other, we're able to be there to support each other. So never feel alone, and remember you're loved. And one thing I always remember is suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And so what you think is your problems today will not be your problems tomorrow. You're not alone, and we love you. I just want to keep writing songs that can make an impact in any way possible. So I hope my music can be that smile for someone in need right now. If you have anything that you want to share as a writer, I wrote that song and I really hope to hear that it helped you in any way. And it makes me happy to know that.
Keep spreading the love, my brother. A pleasure as always. We'll have all this up on HiNowDaily.com. Aloha and welcome back to Hi Now Weekender. I hope you are hungry. February, we're celebrating Hawaiian language, and now it's time to celebrate some Hawaiian food. We got Renee and Travis Paulo, the ohana behind Laverne's Grinds. Now, Renee, we'll start with you. This is family business. How did it start?
Okay, I opened the business in November of 2000, and we've been open for about 24 years now.
Wow.
And I named the business after my lovely wife, Laverne. That's where the name comes from. Yeah. And then we have my son, Travis. Mm-hmm. He's running the business now, and I just do the food. And the food is the important one, right?
Yeah. So the concept for Laverne's, but you knew you always wanted to do local food?
Yeah, well, actually, I was a full-time entertainer, drummer, vocalist, and we had a family show with Rene Paulo, my dad, and my mom. We used to entertain together, and unfortunately, my dad just passed away recently.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but yeah, so I got into a business that is more secure, food business. Everybody has to eat.
But you're still entertaining though. You're just entertaining in a different way.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So we have some of the plates over here. Walk us through the spread. What we got?
Okay.
So let's talk about this one first. It's the kanaka. So, you know, whether you want Hawaiian food, you cannot figure out what you want, or you're hungry, make sure you bring your pillow though, of course.
Oh yeah.
We got everything on this one. We got the lau lau. We got the famous squid luau.
I always go for the squid luau.
Big chunks of meat in there. We got our chicken long rice, and then of course the kalua pig. Can't forget the rice, and then the lomi salmon and haupia. Everything's made with love.
I love it. What about this one? So this is the kanaka tax spread. This is your full aloha
Full spread.
Yeah.
You got to bring the wheelchair. You're gonna get rolled out of there.
And
What about
this
this
is one of our big sellers, the mahi with garlic butter caper sauce. And then they have the smoked pork butt.
meat.
Yes, that's another big seller.
Yeah, that song, Smoked Meat Every Day, that's us right there. All day,
Now,
every day.
So Travis, how's it been for you? Kind of helping to run the operations now for your dad, and what have you learned along the way, and how it's been?
Good, you know, I've always been in the food industry, food and beverage, in college and stuff. So for me, you know, food, it's a way of, you know, crossing cultures. It puts a smile on people's face. So seeing that look when, you know, they eat our food, of course, my dad, I've had his food from when I was 4 or 5 years old and always loved it. So, you know, being able to see that and then bringing in, you know, my expertise with, you know, marketing and, you know, the new age of digital marketing, you know, it was fun. It was always a challenge, of course, but, you know, it was fun and everything, and just great to be a part of the business.
I love it. That mahi, that sauce on there is
right. You got it all over the rice. That's the way to go, man.
Now, Rene, for you, when you think about starting Laverne's, you said, what, 24 years?
Yes.
Did you ever think it would take off the way that it has? You have food trucks, and did you think people would be as receptive as they are to it?
Well, actually, when I first started opening the business, I had many sleepless nights, you know, thinking about if it's gonna succeed or fail or whatever. But throughout the years, we built a good business as far as the food quality and, you know, customer service.
It's the food. The food is on. What's kept me coming back to Laverne's, I'll just say for me personally, has always been the kalua pig and the squid luau.
Oh yeah.
That's
made
been,
with love.
Yeah, that's my staple. Like I said, I visit the food truck in Waikele quite a bit. Probably a good amount of my Hawaii News Now salary is over there at that Laverne's food truck. But if people want to go and check you guys out, where is the truck located? How do people get more info? Because you guys do catering too.
Of course, you can always go on our Facebook page. You can see we have our website, all the info on there. We have our location at Waikele, 7 days a week. And then we have the Pro Ridge location, which is open Thursday through Sunday right now. And then we also started partnering with a luau, so you can check out our food over there.
Oh, what luau are you partnering with?
Mele luau.
Oh, and in addition to going, if you want to just grab the quick grab and goes, you guys are doing the catering, and people can do big parties. How do you guys do that?
Yeah, so catering, you can check us out on our website, lavernescateringhawaii.com. You can find all our pricing on there. And of course, when you call, you'll be talking to me personally, and I'll take care of you.
And is everything of it? People can just do one pan of just straight kalua pig, one pan of straight lomi salmon.
So we sell a la carte. You can order just by the pan, or you can order the full package.
Customizable in that way.
Exactly.
All right, so Rene, I gotta ask you this: how's it been to watch Travis?
Well, I'm glad he took over the business, because I used to have to pick up supplies, pay the bills, do all this work.
Oh yeah,
now
it's
he
not
takes
easy.
care of all that.
That's all this white hair. You see my beard, everything.
Must be proud though, carrying it on,
yes.
you know?
I'm happy you got into the business and taking care of it.
Well, there you go. Rene, Travis, mahalo for coming in. Laverne's is Ono. This is what it's all about: food and family. We'll have all this stuff on HiNowDaily.com. Go eat. Today on High Now, we're talking about optimizing your brain's performance. We've come down to Brain Health Hawaii to find out how they can help.
Brain Health Hawaii is a program focused on personalized approach to healthcare, mental health care, and brain health care. What we're able to do is use the latest technology to analyze and map people's brain activity to look at the overall balance and signal strength. And in doing this, we can get a lot of information about a person's health, their symptoms, even information about things they've been through, and then use that to drive effective treatment. We specialize in personalized treatment and brain care for people with anxiety, depression, PTSD, post-concussion, post-COVID brain, and people that are showing early cognitive decline. That's for our adult population. Kids, we specialize in a treatment for autism and ADHD as well.
If you're looking to function better, feel better, and do better, then Brain Health Hawaii can help. By optimizing your brain, you optimize your life. And the process is simple.
When people come in, usually for what we call a functional brain assessment and a brain map, that is a fairly straightforward process of 10 minutes of questions followed by a 5-minute study or mapping of the brain activity. We're able to use latest technology for analyzing brain waves and brain activity. It involves what's called a wireless EEG cap. And what we're able to do now is to use this light, comfortable cap, apply it, and it gives us a clinically useful biomarker of brain activity, something that we can track for assessment and diagnosis of various conditions, as well as tracking over time. So it's a picture of brain activity that we can track as people are responding to the various treatment interventions that are tried.
Now, as a former football player, I have been in a few collisions and was amazed by what Dr. Kiefer was able to analyze and diagnose.
What we're doing is we're looking at the brain rhythm, the signal organization, is it too fast or too slow? Based on the brain map, we are then able to address a person's unique brain needs. If there are various regions that are out of balance, underactive, overactive, we can target those regions specifically and work towards restoring and enhancing that activity. We specialize in treating combat veterans with PTSD, concussions, depression, anxiety, sleep issues. We treat a lot of athletes who come in for brain strength, can increase reaction time and performance. The stuff that we see is profound. You get a chance to see combat veterans who haven't slept in sometimes a decade or longer, and they're sleeping. When you hear from a spouse who says, oh, my husband has his memory back, having conversations and having fun again. So many people suffer from all these various things, whether you want to call it depression, PTSD, anxiety, early dementia. So many can be helped.
Hello and welcome back to High Note Weekender. Let me tell you about the first rule I learned in television. Always feed the crew. The photogs, the editors, this is some of our crew here who make High Note happen. Joey's holding that camera. Next to him is Ryan. That's Jordan. That's Ethan. That is Brandon Kubo. And we're going to leave some for the rest of the crew that's in the control room. Maybe. But we're enjoying the rest of Laverne's, and we want to remind everybody we got desserts over here. Okay, that's from Adela's. Again, top 5 in the country on the Yelp's top 100. Very cool. And we're doing a giveaway. $50, 2 $50 giveaways on the High Now Daily Instagram. All you got to do is head over there for the more information. And if you're hungry, go to Laverne's this weekend. Check out all these grinds. Nice, Ryan.
It'll get you right around real easy, very good viewing, so you won't hit anything on the side.
Yeah, I love having that as a top safety feature. This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue, and like something just to open it up.